So obviously, after my previous dramatic vlog, I just had to share something what I think is very funny. Well, now looking back, at that stage it wasn't that funny, and that was the time when I had to go for a, oh my word, nou ek die Engels, now I forgot the English word. That's going to be problematic. Hemorrhoids. I think it's, oh my word. I'm going to describe it and you'll know exactly what it is all about. I don't have data on my phone, so I can't even go and quickly Google it, the English word. But anyway, I think it happened. No. You will know with my description. Anyway, it was a bit more than 2 years ago, and we had to move out of our townhouse. And before we came down to the Western Cape, we had to stay with family and friends for about 3 months. And the same day that we moved out, my husband went to put all the boxes and all of that in storage, and me and the kids went to my parents along. It was on a Sunday, and that Sunday afternoon I went to the bathroom. I really struggle with my digestive system and being constipated, and I went to the bathroom and I just saw that there's a lot of blood. The first time that happened to me. So I went to my dad, and which is, also very awkward. And I just said, okay, you know what? This is what happened. What now? So fortunately, one of the cleaners at his practice also had, I can't think of the word, you know what you have, and so he had the medicine and the cream and everything for it. So I started using that on the Sunday, and then around about the Wednesday evening, I just realized that it's not any better. So I spoke to my dad, and my dad said that I need to go to the doctor the next day because it's just going to get worse and worse. And my GP at that stage was a man, and I just said, I don't want to do this exercise with my GP. And I started phoning my friends and asked them who have a woman for a GP, a female GP. And I got a number, and I went to see her on the Tuesday lunchtime, and she looked and she said, you really need to go to a specialist. She's gonna send me to a specialist. And I was like, oh my. And obviously that was a male. So anyway, I went. He's a specialist, and he had one look, and he said, you need to do a emergency operation. It's very bad. And I was like, I wanted to ask him if he can just make sure and just look again, but then I realized, okay, he's the specialist, and do I really want him to look again? I don't want to do it to him or to me, even though he looks at it all the time. I don't do it. I don't. Anyway, so he I went home, packed all my things. My husband was away, and I went to the hospital, and I had can't remember what, removed. I had the procedure done, and when I woke up in that special room where you after operation, just to come by or wake up, I saw my husband when I opened my eyes, and afterwards he said it was so funny because he looked at me and he asked me what's wrong, because I was just staring at him with a very, I think my face looked like this, and he asked me what's wrong, and I was like, I couldn't even speak. The pain was excruciating. Now, I have a list this long of operations and things that I went through. From 4 knee operations, I've shared that previously. Back fracture, blah, blah, blah. So I have quite a lot of pain experiences in my life. But that pain there, you can't describe that pain to someone unless they actually went through it themselves. But let's just say it's excruciating. And I now know why people say that you are a pain in the butt. Because that's very descriptive. Because that's very bad. Now, I went to Google why it was so painful, and they actually say that there is so much nerve endings there. That's why, and it's very sensitive. That's why it's so painful. Now, obviously, we had to stay with family and then friends and people that we don't know that well. So the aftercare is very important because you're just on liquids, which you can imagine. And when you go to the bathroom, you need to go with a bottle. I can't remember what's in it, and with Gaze wipes or whatever. Oh my word. So every time I go to the bathroom, everyone is like, there goes Chrysanda with a bottle. And when I have to shower or bath, I need to sit in Epsom salt in the water. Oh my word. Yes, there goes your dignity. So anyway, this is just something that I've shared. As I said, now looking back, it is hilarious. But while in that position, it was bad with capital letters. So every now and then when I feel that there is pain, I just remind myself of that operation, because that was bad.